जब तक आप आचार्य whoever your teacher is उसकी आप उसको सर्व नहीं करते, उसको फॉलो नहीं करते, you just want a Google guru, there is no progress. Google guru, you understand? Google guru doesn't demand anything. Even if you make mistake, it's not going to say you are making mistake. It will recalculate, present you with another solution. Acharyopasanam shaucham sthairyam atma vinigraha. Sthairyam is being steady, not being impatient. Atma vinigraha means one who can control the mind and senses to some extent. Shaktihi anabhishwangaha putradara grihadishu. Now, over attachment towards family, wife, house, spouse, etc. So today's topic is, how do I know whether I am growing spiritually or not? This theme is connected with the 13th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, and we will make some references to that chapter. Aham shariram idam shariram. Aham shariram means I am the body. Body includes mind, senses and everything else. मैं शरीर हूँ. I will be using bilingual as far as possible because there are few people who want to hear in Hindi. So, aham shariram, that is by default. मैं ये शरीर हूँ, I am this body. And as I said, shariram, I don't want to translate totally as body because I also want to include mind and other systems within the body. तो मैं शरीर हूँ, this is the default thinking. Default thinking माने अनायास, बिना प्रयास के जो ये सोच है हमें मिलती है, मैं ये शरीर हूँ. वहाँ से हटकर idam shariram, ये शरीर है, this is the body. So in the first sentence, there is a identification with the body. I am the body. तादात्म्य, जुड़ाव है शरीर से, मैं ये शरीर हूँ. वहाँ से हम आगे बढ़ते हैं, we move forward to this is the body. ये शरीर है. And I am the observer or the knower of the body. मैं इसे जानने वाला, देखने वाला या इसको व्याप्ति देने वाला. I pervade this body. So this is a big transition. I am the body and this is the body. The 13th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, 13वां अध्याय भगवद गीता का, it talks about kshetra, kshetrajna. Kshetra means, in this context, the body and the outside world. Kshetra literally means जिसे हम खेत बोलते हैं. The खेत word has come from kshetra, Sanskrit word. But here it is not the farmland, khet we are talking of. Here it is the entire world starting from this body, kshetra. And kshetrajna means the knower of the body and the world. उसको जानने वाला. किसको जानने वाला? इस शरीर को और इस जगत को. Because of the default setting जो हमें बचपन से प्राप्त होता है, जन्म से ही, एक तादात्म्य मीन्स आइडेंटिफिकेशन, तद आत्म्य भाव. In that, the sense of me is called tadatmya. Atmya means me, myness, and tad means that. So naturally we have that tadatmya buddhi in many things. The things which we love, especially our loved relations, my children, my family. ठीक है, मेरे बच्चे, मेरा परिवार. There we have that tadatmya bhava. Although they are other than me, वो मुझसे अलग हैं, लेकिन I have an identification with them. Atmya bhava in tad. Tad means that. Atmya means myness, meanness, or whatever you want to call. So that connection is called tadatmya. That we in English that word is identification. That identification is naturally there. ये प्राकृतिक रूप से, अनायास रूप से हमारे अंदर रहती है. ठीक है, जिसे इसको नैसर्गिक भी कहते हैं. नैसर्गिक मीन्स स्पॉन्टेनियसली, विदाउट देर इज नो हाउ इट्स ओरिजिनेटेड, वी कांट रियली डिफाइन. इट वॉज देयर. सो वी आर बॉर्न विद दिस आइडेंटिफिकेशन विद द बॉडी. आई एम द बॉडी. From this identification to the other one, this is the body. And I am different from the body. That is first step. And not only I am different from the body, this feeling even some soldiers may have. Those who are ready to give up their lives, they will have this feeling, I am different from the body. And especially if they are hurt or they have less chances of survival, then जब वो मरणासन्न हो जाते हैं तब भी ये आ जाती है, मैं शरीर से अलग हूँ, क्योंकि शरीर उस समय साथ छोड़ रहा होता है. बट वी डोंट स्टॉप देयर. हु इज दिस मी? दिस मी, ये मैं कौन है? ये इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ द होल. उस सारे इस जगत का जो सुप्रीम पावर है, उसका ये मैनिफेस्टेशन है, ये मी. वो नेक्स्ट स्टेप है. तो अहम शरीरम टू इदम शरीरम, दिस इटसेल्फ requires a lot of work. And we have some shlokas in the Bhagavad Gita which helps us to find out how much I am identified with the body. मैं अपने शरीर से कितना अपने आप से जुड़ा हुआ हूँ, जोड़ रखा हूँ, and how much I am so-called partly detached from the body. So these shlokas give us a kind of a measuring system or a measuring tape to find out how much I am identified with the body and how much I am not. The shloka, it's 13th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, 7th shloka. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th. So 7 to 11. So it starts with Amanitvam adhambitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam acharyopasanam shaucham stairyam atma vinigraha. These are the qualities which are required for movement from aham shariram to idam shariram, and which is also a kind of measurement of how much I am growing spiritually. Correct? It's one of the measurements. There are other measurements too, but that is one of the measurements. So, the first word is amanitvam. Amanitvam means absence of mana. Mana means, or I will explain it this way, absence of a desire to get appreciation or get appreciated, which I deserve. Means legitimate appreciation. Next word is adambhitvam. The absence of desire for illegitimate appreciation. Here it is legitimate appreciation. So once we call it legitimate, there is nothing wrong in it. मान सबको चाहिए और जो सही मान है वो मिलना चाहिए. But here it is saying absence of the desire for appreciation, even legitimate. If it comes, अगर कोई मुझे मान देता है, it is fine. अगर नहीं देता है, I don't get affected. This is the one of the most difficult of requirements, because this need for appreciation is so much embedded in us, and it is so much linked to aham shariram. They go hand in hand. It is there right from animals, and of course in human beings, right from small age to the deathbed. Everyone wants that attention, care, appreciation. सब कोई चाहते हैं मुझे मान मिले, मेरा सम्मान हो, मुझको ध्यान दिया जाए मुझ पर. Everybody wants that. Why? Because it is linked to survival. Even the pets, if you give attention, if you have more than one pet, or you have a child and a pet, you give attention to one, the other one will feel jealous. So it is that much fundamental. And that is why this was the first word used in the Bhagavad Gita, amanitvam. The one who has conquered manitvam, जिसने manitvam पर विजय प्राप्त कर ली, it becomes very easy to conquer other things. बाकी वस्तुओं पे, बाकी emotions पे विजय प्राप्त करना कोई मुश्किल नहीं है. Because manitvam is so much embedded in us. Mind it, it is different from self-respect, atma-samman. Self-respect is, one should not be disrespecting me without reason. It's not that self-respect means I should get respect. No, I shouldn't get disrespect. I am using double negative. Got my point? I should have the freedom not to be disrespected for no reason. So that is a separate matter. Here it is, I should be respected. Somebody should beckon me, call me, talk to me, pay attention to me. And this is everybody's need. Everybody wants that. So amanitvam, adambhitvam. Adambhitvam is easy to understand. जो मान सम्मान मैं डिजर्व नहीं करता, जो मेरे लायक नहीं है, उसकी अपेक्षा नहीं होनी. That's fine. The appreciation which I don't deserve, I should not be expecting. That is reasonable, that we can understand. Amanitvam, adambhitvam, Ahimsa kshantir arjavam. Ahimsa is without any reason, we should not be resorting to himsa. बिना कारण के हिंसा नहीं. We are not talking of those extreme definitions of ahimsa. You cannot be free from ahimsa. Never. It's not possible. You can't live without ahimsa. I tell you how. Do you get fever or not? Temperature in the body? When you fall sick? Do you know what is happening? हिंसा. अंदर हिंसा चल रही है. The immune system is fighting with some organisms which they don't want. Can you stop that? No, you cannot. So there is something called natural himsa. And you can't go against it. But something called willful himsa, which is avoidable, that is what we can control. So ahimsa, and it is at different levels. Physical ahimsa, himsa through body, vachik, kaik, vachik, manasik. Through body, through words, through mind. Ahimsa, kshanti. Kshanti is steadfastness, steadiness. Oh, sorry, kshanti is not steadiness, that is thairium. Kshanti is accommodation, able to accommodate people, to not complain for every small thing. Ahimsa, kshanti, arjavam, straightforwardness. Straightforward in your behavior, in your words, in your thinking. Acharyopasanam. Acharyopasanam means being with the teacher and serving the teacher. Now, how that is connected with my spiritual progress? Well, it is a symbol of surrender. जब तक आप आचार्य, whoever your teacher is, उसकी आप उसको सर्व नहीं करते, उसको फॉलो नहीं करते, you just want a Google guru, there is no progress. Google guru, you understand? Google guru doesn't demand anything. Even if you make mistake, it's not going to say you are making mistake. It will recalculate, present you with another solution. Okay? So that's a different thing. Here it is submitting myself to someone whom I trust or someone who guides me. And there is an investment. उसमें one has to invest oneself. अपने आप को लगाना पड़ता है, तब जाकर कुछ मिलता है. आचार्योपासनम शौचम. Shaucham is purity. Purity is more than cleanliness. ठीक है? पवित्रता जो है साफ सफाई से भी ज़्यादा है. So cleanliness is the basic requirement of purity and little more than that. Inside and outside purity. Acharyopasanam shaucham sthairyam atma vinigraha. Sthairyam is being steady, not being impatient. Atma vinigraha means one who can control the mind and senses to some extent. Indriyartheshu vairagyam anahankara evacha. Knowing the limitations. Indriyartha means the sense objects. ठीक है? इंद्रियां जिसके पीछे जाए वो इंद्रियार्थ हुआ. तो सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट्स इंद्रियार्थेषु, उनमें वैराग्य. व्हाट इज वैराग्य? डिटैचमेंट. व्हाट काइंड ऑफ डिटैचमेंट? Seeing the limitation that It is not going to solve all my problems. Anahankara evacha. Anahankara here means a normal absence of ego. Do you know how I am? I am so and so, born in so and so place, worked at such and such place, with such and such degrees, and these are my credentials. So be careful whom you are talking to. So absence of that. Anahankara evacha. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanudarshanam. And one who dwells upon the limitations of Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Janma is the cycle of birth and death. Janma Mrityu is cycle of birth and death. Jara is old age. Vyadhi is sickness, illness of the body. So one has to know that this is how the body is going to function. It has its own limitations. And I am seeking permanency, continued happiness within these limitations. So it is not going to be fully successful. Then asaktiranabhishvangaha putradara grihadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishtopapatishu mai chananya ananyena bhaktir abhyabhicharini vivikta desha sevitvam aratir jana samsati. Then there are quite a few things which I think if I start taking up, people will run away. So these two shlokas are enough. I think this itself is heavy dose because we live in a situation, हम उस स्थिति में हैं. I remember some 20 years back, 20 साल पहले की बात है. I used to come to Delhi, मैं दिल्ली आता था. So there used to be some boards, advertisement boards. 8वीं 9वीं फेल 10वीं पास करें, 11वीं फेल 12वीं पास करें. Anyone, I mean, people have seen such? It is still there. Okay, that's good. Nice to know that. Now things have changed a little bit. I have read in a big hoarding in Punjab. Lose weight even while having kheer, paratha and paneer, etc. And it's a big hoarding, like you go, if you are going on a flyover by car, then you will see it on the left side, going towards Ludhiana and all. So means you, आपको कुछ करना नहीं है, सब कुछ हो जाएगा. Do you understand? You don't have to put efforts. You don't have to put in anything. Things will happen. We all know what can happen. Losing weight, passing 9th and 10th and 11th, 12th or whatever. There are no shortcuts. So people think spiritual progress means like the modern day startups. How I am comparing it. Any business, any enterprise, are there some business people here around? Anyone? Can you please raise your hands? Anyone with enterprises, business? Okay. Themselves or near their own friends, etc. Any enterprise you start, there are two ways of growth. दो तरीके से वो grow कर सकता है. One is the organic growth. Organic growth means you put in effort. They have a saying in Gujarat. धंधो हजार दिन something. They have that language. I'm not able to verbatim, I can't repeat it, but the meaning is, if you start a dhandha means business, then you have to give 1,000 days. Before 1,000 days, don't expect the business to take roots. Okay? So only those who start their enterprise, they will understand. So it takes years, few years, for that organic growth. Organic means it is growing naturally. People come to know you, customers come to know you, and then you get a name, you have your name is your brand, and they develop trust, and then transactions happen automatically. So that is called organic growth, and it takes time. But when it happens, it gets deep rooted. And sometimes the name outlives you. मतलब जो नाम है, जो ब्रांड बन जाता है, आपके जाने के बाद भी चलता रहता है वो धंधा, क्योंकि मैं उधर जाता हूँ हरियाणा में, तो मातूराम जलेबी की दुकान, गोहाना वाली, I don't know, none of you have heard of it? Do you people belong to Delhi? I mean, Gohana is just a few kilometers away. So, Mathuram Jalebi ki dukaan. Now, there used to be one Mathuram some 100 years back. And he used to prepare one thick jalebi. Each jalebi is half kg. No, sorry, 250 grams. 250 grams, each jalebi. And it has to be eaten with milk, along with milk. So, and made in ghee and dipped in that sugar syrup. And they used to sell. So that was Mathuram ki jalebi ki dukaan. Now you will find some 50 to 100 shops, मातूराम की जलेबी की दुकान, मातूराम की असली जलेबी की दुकान, असली मातूराम की जलेबी की दुकान. So many combinations are there with that Mathuram. Mathuram is gone, but the brand lives. ठीक है ना? मातूराम जी चले गए, लेकिन मातूराम की जलेबी और उनके नाम की दुकान अभी भी चल रही है. So this is the called organic growth of enterprise. जब वो स्वतः ही अपने निजी ताकत से जब कोई बिजनेस बढ़ता है तो ये ऐसा होता है. Another one is growth by external intervention. What is that? You get lot of funding, you get a startup start किया, इधर से funding मिली, उधर से मिली, millions of dollars you get, or rupees, whatever, and you spread. Sometimes it grows, sometimes it doesn't. It goes bust. So that is another way. So everybody wants even spiritual growth, not organically. Somebody should come and just put his hand over the head or over the forehead or something, and done. Have you seen Telugu movies? So there, this ton, you will understand then only if you have watched. Something happens. जो ठन से आपको अनुभव होगा, वो ठन से चला भी जाएगा. ठीक है? Spiritual experiences, the people tell with lot of pride, I got this spiritual, this divine experience and all. It came. It left its effect for some time. And it faded away. Unless things happen from inside, it won't be lasting. Yesterday only I met वो कटोच मैडम से मिला था, तो वो बोल रही थी, बोले आप पंचकर्मा के लिए आते हो, आप पंचकर्मा करवा लोगे, 3 महीने बाद फिर करवा लोगे, 6 महीने बाद फिर करवा लोगे, लेकिन बॉडी को मेंटेन तो आप ही को करना होगा। ये थोड़ी कि हर दिन पंचकर्मा ही चलता रहे। यू गॉट माई पॉइंट? पंचकर्मा इज अ थेरेपी and it helps, it detoxifies and rejuvenates the body and all, but then you have to maintain the body after that. It's not that you keep on doing panchakarma throughout the year. It won't be effective, it will be harmful actually. So unless things are or come naturally, organically, it happens. If through external intervention it will come and go away. But when these points are followed, which we have discussed, then that spiritual growth, it stays. Why do I want that spiritual growth? Well, that's a big question. That's a different question. But one thing I tell you, whether you grow spiritually or not, or whether you want spiritual growth or not, some of these characteristics, ये कुछ जो गुण हैं, ये आपको हर जगह काम आएंगे. You want to be stress free or not, you tell me. आप स्ट्रेस फ्री रहना चाहते हो या नहीं? इतना तो चाहते हो. स्पिरिचुअल ग्रोथ हो तो साइड रखो उसको एक बार के लिए. How will you be stress free? Constantly taking anti-stress drugs, that is one way. बार बार वो कई तरह की दवाइयाँ हैं जो स्ट्रेस को कम कर देंगी. उस तरह से रहना चाहते हो? और you want to develop resistance, natural resistance from inside. Correct? Or stress free, if you are stress free, you will be more or less healthy, because stress is one of the major contributing factors for ill health. Correct? So you want to be stress free, even then this amanitvam, adambhitvam will be useful. My stresses, how do they come? This is one of the basic points, manitvam. Somebody should pay attention to me. Isn't it? And if the attention is not paid, my day is gone. मुझे तो लगा मेरा जीवन ही बेकार हो गया, कोई मुझे पूछा ही नहीं, मैं तो कुछ हूँ ही नहीं. And this tone, even a child speaks like that, and even an old person and a middle-aged person and young person, everybody speaks that way. Nobody paid attention to me. So why I should be a beggar for attention? This I have to ask myself. And this thing drives me all the time. And the thing is, we are all beggars. Now, when everybody becomes beggar, who will give? Do you understand this complex situation? See, at times we see outside temples on Tuesdays, Saturdays, some other days, beggars are sitting. How things go? Because there are beggars and there are people who will give to those beggars. So the transaction is complete and the system is perfect. But when there is no giver, everybody is a beggar, then what will happen? Then one beggar will give to the other one. Then the person will ask back, वापस दे दे अब. So this is how we live. It is sustainable to some extent, but beyond certain point of time, it becomes unmanageable. So amanitvam, adambhitvam, even these two words we dwell upon, इन पे ही विचार करें कि मानित्वम से ही पर ही विजय प्राप्त कर लें हम. I conquer that need for manitvam, that asking for attention, asking for appreciation, that itself is a big, I mean, it's a, in engineering, there is something called Pareto chart. The Pareto chart means you can't solve all the problems. So you solve those problems first, which has more weightage to the overall problem. Okay? Then that burden is reduced. So this manitvam and dambhitvam, if these two are tackled, a major chunk of human problems, human stresses, one gets freed from that. Other things, of course, if one can follow, nothing like it. But these two words itself, if one follows, it becomes so helpful. Then it comes aham shariram, idam shariram. And aham shariram is helpful as long as I am 25, 30 years old. Nowadays, the age is reducing because few weeks back or something, I read one news. One healthy cardiologist or cardiac surgeon, possibly, I may be confusing between the two words, don't catch me on that. 30 years of age or something, he got attack and he died. Getting attack is not a big problem, anybody can get. But he couldn't do anything. So, aham shariram, if we have that, main ye sharir hoon, be prepared. Be prepared for more shocks. The more it becomes idam shariram, this is the body, I am the dweller of the body or the knower of the body. The distance is created, the less stress I will have. Otherwise, too much self-conscious, too much need for approval, etc. And it creates more and more problems. Then, of course, quickly I will go through, just in few minutes, without explaining it too much. Ashaktihi anabhishwangaha putradara grihadishu. Now, over-attachment towards family, wife, house, spouse, etc. Nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishtopapatishu. When good things happen, जब अच्छा समय आए तब भी समभाव, जब बुरा समय आए तब भी समभाव. मयि च अनन्य योगेन भक्ति ही अव्यभिचारिणी विविक्त देश से मयि च अनन्य योगेन. And the one, Lord Krishna is saying, one who is devoted towards me, Ananya yogena. Ananya yogena, we can, one meaning can be without distraction or with least distraction. Vivikta desha sevitvam aratihi jana samsadi. One who starts enjoying company of oneself and doesn't crave for gatherings, public gatherings. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam etad jnanam iti proktam ajnanam yadatonyatha. And one who spends time, more and more time, towards seeing the imperishable in this perishing things, changing things. So this is what is called, these characteristics themselves, Bhagavan says, are like the true knowledge, because they lead to true knowledge. By themselves they are no true knowledge, but they lead to true knowledge, and the rest all don't. So this is the measurement of spiritual growth, not the measurement of how many lumens. Lumens is the brightness, okay? Lumens of light when I see with my closed eye during meditation. That is not the measurement mentioned here. You may see high lumens light, there may be some problem with your, it may not be a problem, and there may be some problem with your nerves, optic nerves, we don't know. But real measurement is this, what is mentioned here. Okay, so with this tape, I can measure whether I am growing spiritually or not. I'm not saying whether I have grown spiritually or not. There is nothing that statement doesn't work. क्या मैं पूरी तरह आध्यात्मिक विजय प्राप्त कर लिया, ये विजय और पराजय की बात ही नहीं है. Whether I am growing or not. These are the measuring tapes. Okay.